Hello, we are going to talk about shipping and packing today. We had our Gathering Point show on Tuesday. Today is Thursday, and we want to get these items out the door. Now, I know they did some production. This particular order has another unit with it that needs to send, but it's not out of the annealer. We want to give it some time to make sure that it's quality controlled, but I know the customer's really excited about this order, so we do want to get it out. We've got the 3 candy canes. This was a mystery pack, so I'm going to show you how we wrap those. And then she also purchased the Icy Crackle Snowman, and we've got the scarf on it. I'm kind of feeling personally that it's blue on blue and it's a little much. I know it will pop a little better if it's not a blue on blue scarf. So the first thing I want to do is stop at the scarf bin, and we're going to change up the snowman scarf. So hopefully it's right at the register. It's the last place I remember, and it is not. Yep, yeah, it is. Okay. So, you know, the customer might love this blue, and it might be perfect, but personally I feel like it needs a bigger color pop. And the cool thing about these scarves that we really like with our snowmen is the fact that you can change them. Oh, that was a tight one. So we could do this one is lighter, this one's kind of playful. That would work. We've got a yellowy one. That kind of shows up pretty nice. I could do this green. And I know the customer because she's purchased more before, so I'm liking this yellow. And one of the things about these scarves is we pre-cut them. This part doesn't bother me, how it's a little out of shape and stuff. But what I do want is a scarf that looks good on him. I don't know, maybe you've worked in retail or clothing and you could throw in your 2 cents. But clearly you would not wear a scarf that reaches down to the ground. So we're just going to cut this. Do it at an angle, and I'll cut this one too. So now it's got a little flare. I like that much better. Still a little long, but it could be blowing in the wind or something. And for me, that really made the eyes pop on this one versus the blue scarf that was here. So we'll save that for a future one. I'll come back later and throw away my trash. But let's go now to the shipping table. Okay, we've set aside this area here for shipping. And the first thing I want to do is look at notes and make sure there's nothing on the notes that says, you know, it's a gift for someone, because if it is, or if they had a special note, we have these little cards that are us, we can write a note on them. So I might actually write something on this one like, hey, your 3rd item is coming in the mail. We just wanted to get these 2 to you. So that way if they're doing a gift, they already know that they're getting these 2 items and they can ship. This is also the final quality control before we head out. We make sure that the 4 pads are on the bottom, that the item is sitting stable, and that everything looks good. When the customer gets this, we want them to be like 100% Yahoo, here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is wrap the candy canes. And these were a mystery set. And so what I do next is line them up and kind of look. So it is holiday. Red would make a lot of sense, but I really don't like how these colors look against the red. There on the pink, they really pop. If this order was for a guy, I might not send pink because it might be too frou-frou. The purple would work great. Definitely not the blue because the item is blue. That clashes. So we always look for the color that accentuates the product the best. And I'm happy with that pink, and I know it's a female that took place this order. So I'm going to take 2 sheets of the tissue. And we kind of think of a papoose. We kind of want these snug. The goal is not to flop around in the box, because if there's movement or room, they're going to hit each other, and then they're not going to work. They're going to crack or break. So I've got 2 pieces of tissue. I'm going to fold over and put one of the candy canes. Then I'm doing the next candy cane, and if you've ever worked in a burger shop, you kind of know how to roll things up. So I did 2, and then the 3rd candy cane, and then I'm going to fold over again. So this is just rolling it up and pretty snug. They're all in there pretty tight. There is one more layer that I'm going to add to this, and we're going to make them even tighter so that there's no chance of movement. I'm going to fold a full sheet of newsprint over and pretend it's like a submarine. I worked in a sub shop. Hamburgers are the same way. So you tuck it in, and then we're going to tuck the end in right close to the bottom of the candy cane, fold the sheet, and then the top, same thing. Tuck it over, make a crease, and then we're going to roll it up. Now if we roll it to the end, it's kind of thinner, so what I like to do is fold this over, making a nice crease. Then when we roll it up, it's got a nice fold. I'm going to put the sticker there, so I want the fold a little lower. Okay, now there are our candy canes. One of the reasons we don't do a box on our candy canes is they move around in the box too, and they shift. The boxes are pretty generic, and they add an extra cost on for the consumer. So one of the reasons our candy canes are such great prices is that we can forego that box. They can take them out. I really like the candy canes on the outside of a box. So if you tie a ribbon, you can tie the candy cane to the outside of the box, or the customer can take them apart, hang them on their tree, divide and conquer them how they want to for their customers. So this is the first part that's going to go in this big box. I know I'm going to put the note, and now I'm going to do the snowman. So under here we have all the different box sizes. The person who's in charge of shipping will make sure that they're full all the time. So anytime you're doing shipping, these should be completely stocked. I know that this is going to fit in this box. And we can lay it down and ship it. UPS, I'm sure when they ship them, they don't care which way the box is facing. They're just going to toss it around. So I want to make sure he's really secure in this box. He does fit, so now I'm going to wrap him in this box. We have been shipping for 20-some years now. I would not have this business if we could not ship glass and sell our products online. So we have learned what to do, what not to do. I feel very confident in the way we ship our glass that it is going to make it to you safely. And we have a great team that does that. Watching this video is something that's going to help them. But the first thing we want to do is protect this nose. This is a winter looking one, so again, we can go on the paper and see what stands out. I think this blue makes him really pop. So the first thing I'm going to do is really protect that nose by doing the tissue that way. And then I'm very aware of where that nose is because I also want to put it upright in the box. So right now it's underneath, now it's back on top. I feel like this is a cooking class. Oh no, we'll get the next ingredient. Okay, so he just sits tight. This is the box, empty. We're going to go with white shred. We also have brown shred. I do pick the shred colors to match the items as well. If we're doing our round white ornament, it's going to show up really nice on this. A white ornament on white, not so good. So we have two colors. I create a little nest in the box, and the bottom is solid, so I want to make sure the bottom is pretty much at the bottom of the box because that's a solid piece. We'll do a little shred down there, but I want to give the head space more room, so more at the head space, and I do totally tuck it in. We're filming here, sir. Do you need something?
What an art this is.
It is
it's
an
like the
art.
secondary art of the process.
I mean, if you're getting something cool, don't you want to open like something beautiful? This is half the fun. I say a little, good luck, have fun, enjoy your new home.
Some good energy.
Yeah, always. Clean up as I go along. It makes the day much better if there's not a big old mess here. Each piece we make is handmade, so they all get one of these cards that talk about it, a little bit on the back info, but if they just give it as a gift, they know it's coming. They don't have to take it out of this box. It's ready to go. Some of our customers who do buy often know how this comes, so they're already halfway on to their gift wrapping. So next I seal it up. I am very careful to make sure there's not like pieces of white coming out. Like you want it to look really nice. So do you notice how I tucked in the edges there? This particular one is a bigger box. So I'm going to take the clear stickers and I'm going to put 2 of them on the box to keep it shut. Voila. It's got the Batch logo because Batch is the gallery inside the Glass Academy. The little info card explains that. So I want it to kind of ship upright, so I've got it this way. Then we have this item, which is the same height, so this is going to help me pick my box next. And let me very quickly write, I'm going to say your other item will ship this week. Little smiley face, whatever you want to do. You can sign your name or not. It's clearly up to you. So a special note, I also stick inside, it's our holiday show. If this is a gift and it's a regular customer, they might already know this, but if it's a first time order, for sure put some of our marketing in there so they know what kind of things that we have and they can look forward to it next year or know that other items are coming. Then included in that also is a card, a 3x3 of products that have a little information on them. And this is what our next show might be, our next holiday show. So this is a solid heart. January will be classes, but February is Valentine's. So a heart is great. And then clip it together with a pen. So they'll get all this information. So now, come on over here. We're going to pick the box. So during the week, these are all boxes that we restock with. And actually, this is another great snowman box that we just got in. And I would have put the snowman in this box, but I didn't know we got them in. So we'll get some of those ready. Now I need to look at that snowman and decide which box he goes in. This is 7x7x10, which is totally, that other inside box is 4x4. That gives me enough room for the candy cane. The next size up is an 8x8x12, which feels a little too big. The 7x7x12 is too tall. And that's a sideways box. So you kind of just look at all the choices here. 9x9 is too short. The goal is to give it 2 inches around. So we're going to go with the 7x7x10. Voila. We do recycle our peanuts. We have various customers and stores that call us when they get packing peanuts. So the packing peanuts, I'm okay if they're different colors and shapes and all that kind of stuff. But for the boxes, I do like new boxes. So there we've got about 2 inches. We know it's a solid base and we know we packed a lot on the top. So I'm just going to do 1 layer of peanuts on the bottom. And I've got peanuts in here, more shred, paper, anything that I need. This is a little low right now, so I'm going to do just 1 layer. And you want to step over, can you see inside there? We got it tucked in. There's enough on the top. I know there was plenty of room on the top, so I'd rather have that cushion on the bottom. And then I'm going to slide the candy canes in. Now the customer knows they are getting these candy canes. If it's a big box, sometimes I might wrap tissue around this so that there's something bright in the box and they can see it. There's not a ton of room to get the peanuts on all sides. So this particular one, I am going to use a scrap piece of cardboard along the side so I can give the candy canes a little more cushion. So again, doesn't bother me that these boxes are used, what I do want is to get a quality product shipped to them, unbroken. So I'm going to tuck this in, push the box on the side of it, tuck the candy canes in, hold them in place, and then fill with peanuts. Whee! So the peanuts, these kind are like rice ones. They will squash flat in no time. These are like the styrofoam ones, and they don't. So because we have a mix of peanuts, when I put them in, I really like to push them down. So all of that was on top has just rolled down the side here. And I still have more room. So by giving it like no, in a sense, wiggle room, I know that product's in there really secure. And it's not going to wiggle. This is fun. You guys have never really seen behind the scenes like this before. Look at lost pen. Not sure how that happened, but we found it. Sometimes we get these peanuts from other companies, and we'll open the box, and there'll be like stuff inside, and we're like, free candle. And I don't know which company they're from, so it's not like I can return them. Okay, this one has no room on top for peanuts. I've got it full as it will go, which is totally fine. If I stick the pen across there, it's raised it. So this one, I'm going to do the pen sideways so it sits in the bubbles. And then when I close it, I'm going to match the tape. So if this makes sense, the tape is going to go across this way, just like it did down here, not this way. Then it's just, you know, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. So push it together. I know it's nice and full. It feels like nothing is going to wiggle in there. When we do have new trainees for shipping, we have them wrap items and we test it. There is nothing wiggling in here at all. That side didn't line up. It doesn't matter, but look at how nice and neat. I want the customer to know where they came from. So Glass Academy was the website they purchased from. So just like a return address on an envelope, we do it in the top left. We're also going to add the Made in USA. For this particular box, I'm going to put this label at the bottom left, and the UPS mailing label is going to go right here. So when they get it, or the guy at UPS that's shipping it, I want them to take pride that this item was made in the USA. That's going to get scanned and everyone's going to see this, and that feels really good. And then these both face the same way, so if you're the customer picking it off your porch, you're like, yep, that's me. Oh, it's my box from Glass Academy. And then you're all excited. So we put the special note in there. We got all the things. Next is the computer program that will spit out the label. Again, nice and neat. Make sure it's super straight, and then it goes on there, so when the customer opens, they just slit the top, it opens, and they get all the goodies inside. So that is Shipping 101 for the Glass Academy. Every season the products are different. The boxes change. Multiple orders go in bigger boxes, small orders. You can see we have all kinds of size of boxes. We're not a huge shipping company, but we have definitely perfected how we ship. And I love technology because now it's a lot easier for a small business to do this instead of going to UPS and hand filling out the labels. So thank you for watching. That was Shipping 101.